Good morning, MIDE. How's everyone doing today? So, it's the second day of MIDE. I'm sure everyone is aware of that. And I see quite a lot of familiar faces today, which I'm very happy to be experiencing. So, sorry, I'm a bit nervous. How do I start this? Okay, let me introduce myself, first of all. My name is Jazz Chin. I am from Borneo, Sabah, and I'm also an open water diver as well as a coral propagator under Ocean Quest. And, oh my god. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Oh my god, I don't know how to start this. Okay, I'm Jazz Chin. I'm an open water diver, as well as a coral propagator under Ocean Quest. So some of you may be asking like, oh, a journey to a young conservationist. Why did she pick that topic? I would not like to listen to someone's life journey on sitting down and looking at the screen like with this girl talking about her life journey. Like, I chose this topic because I would like you guys to know how it all started out for me, why I'm here where I am now, and what got me into it. Because when I walk around, people keep asking me like, hey, this is not common for someone your age to be into these kinds of things. Like, what got you into it? Is it like your mom? Are you forced into it? I'm here to tell you no. It's by my own choice, and it's genuinely what I enjoy. So I'm 15 years old, by the way, 1-5. So don't say I'm 23, I'm not 19, I'm not 17, I'm 15. So that's a little bit about me. How I started it all out is at a very young age. I was about 7 to 8 years old, and I participated in a lot of beach cleanups. And usually after school, my mom would say like, hey, I'm hosting beach cleanup, or there's a beach cleanup going on to a nearby beach, would you like to join me? So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Because like, I'm a beach person. I was raised by a beach family. Like, we enjoy going to sea, we enjoyed like traditional fishing, so I just genuinely enjoy being around the sea, because it's like my little home. And from there, I like involved in a lot of beach cleanup. I also followed my mom to a lot of islands because she usually goes fun diving or she has work to do. And a little bit of a memory I vividly remember, because obviously a 7 to 8 year old, we obviously can't dive yet other than bubble making. So whenever my mom like prepares like her equipment, or the team prepares their equipment to descend underwater, I would usually like just stand around like, what can I do? Just like get myself involved in diving, apparently. And I would usually like help take their fins, like help take their goggles, and I throw them into the water whenever they need it, and I wait for them to descend. So after that, I would usually sit at the beach, like play with the sand a little bit, and wait for my mom to ascend and finish her dive. And right after that, I remember I always sit with my mom for 1 to 2 hours just reviewing her pictures that she takes from the dive. And I'll ask her, like, how big is this animal? Like, whoa, where does this animal live? Like, how do you see it? How do you find these things? So it's just like little kid curiosity, I guess. So after that, I started exploring more into conservation because it it sparked an interest in me. I don't know why, I just liked doing what I did. So I participated in one of the conservation centers, and from there is basically where I got my skills and experience. For those of you who've been wondering, there's actually quite a lot of people like asking me like, where are you from? And then when I say like where I'm from, they're like, oh, you don't look like that, or you don't sound like that. So where I got my English accent is actually from the conservation center I participated, because as a kid I was very like surrounded by a lot of people from all over the world, from France, from the UK, the England, Italy. So that's where I got my language skills, and that is where I can learn to communicate better with the English language. I also, that's actually where I got my coral propagation certificate under Ocean Quest from the conservation center I participated when I was around 10, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's how it all started out for me. That's where I got even more curious to what it was like in the conservation world. But soon enough, that's where the chapter of my book ended because the conservation center closed down due to the pandemic. I'm sure a lot of people had like a few projects and a few dive trips they wanted to do, but it all got canceled because of the COVID-19. But soon after the pandemic passed, as soon as it was safe to go out and about, I got my diving certificate. And it was not easy for me. I don't know why. Like I know some of you here that got their open water license. It was a breeze, but for me, nah, bro. It was hard because on the last day, where like after the dive, you were supposed to get your certificate. The diving conditions, I kid you not, it was terrible, especially for someone that was afraid of the sea and afraid of what's in it and afraid. I couldn't even swim before I started diving. And on the last day, it was a huge storm. The water was choppy and like you were swinging from side to side whenever you're underwater. And it was zero visibility. Whenever I descended, the first thing I saw was a sea urchin. That was not a fun experience. I lost my instructor, I lost my buddy, but I was like, I kept pushing through, and yeah, eventually the dive got through. So thankfully, I didn't like abort the dive. I didn't like ascend immediately because I was like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Because that was like a stepping stone for me to experience what a bad dive was like, so I could enjoy more of the good ones. Yeah, that's where it is. So soon after I got my dive certificate, I moved on with my life. I went with the flow, and there's a nature conservation center that my company that's actually just right there, Monash Empire. So we opened a nature conservation center, and from there it's more of like a place where I enhance my skills, where it's like my little school, my nature school, because normal school is not the way to go. That's not what I enjoy. And yeah, I met a lot of countless and amazing people there. I've met new volunteers. I learned how to, because when you get certified as a coral propagator, you can't just like immediately like professionally know how to do it. So from here, I learned how to like be more gentle. I learned how to talk more better. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, this is the place where I go to enhance my skills and where people from around the world come and experience pristine nature that is quite rare to experience nowadays. So I don't know if you guys know this, but MID and ADEX is not an unfamiliar place for me. It's actually, I consider this one of my family, my little diving conservation family, because I've seen a lot of people here that has known me since I was 11. I was just a little kid walking around like asking random questions, and yeah, it was really comforting to know that the people I used to see when I was 11 years old in edX and MIDE still here, like, oh, you've grown up so much. Oh my God, you've matured so much. It's been so long. You were like this short. And I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm still here. But yeah, it's my family, and it's quite a nice feeling to know that since I was a little kid, I used to like sit around here like, I want to be those kinds of people, like standing on stage, talking about the experiences, and here I am today. Hopefully in the future I get to talk about my experience and talk about my perspective on the conservation industry more often, because I'm here where my little kid thought that I couldn't be. So to me, that's like an accomplishment. I don't care what you say. So I also notice a lot of people like ask me, since I'm 15, they ask me like, shouldn't you be at school? What are you doing here? Like, shouldn't you be getting A's on your report card? Like, nuh-uh, that's not me, I'm sorry. Because I would like to be a leading example to those people in my generation and to the youth that it doesn't matter how old you are, it just matters that if you have a passion in yourself, that you want to make a change, that most people can. Because I know there are some parents around here, like their kids like are always on their iPad, like, but you want them to do something. So I don't want to be those kinds of kids who are like staying at home, like constantly studying, getting A's on my report card. Like, no, I would like to be the type of person where I can freely go anywhere I like, travel anywhere I like, dive anywhere I like, instead of like sitting home like worrying about the grades I get on my report card that probably won't even matter that much when I grow older. So that's my point of view for this part. So you're also probably wondering, what are you benefiting from this topic? So you've heard a little bit about me. Why is it not working? Okay, the site is not working well, but while they fix it, okay, some of you are probably wondering, like, what am I getting out of this speech, like, about this girl talking about her life journey? The reason why I wanted to share you guys this is because I would like you guys to understand that the reason why I am technically here today is because of, first of all, my passion, second of all, the interest I have in this place, and because I would like the parents here to understand that they shouldn't keep their kids like locked up at home, just like worrying about like, oh, my kid should get this specific grade, my kid should get into this specific school, my kid should get into this specific college and stuff. I would like you guys, especially the parents, to understand that let your kids go out once in a while. Let your kids participate in activities once in a while. Let your kids experience the real world, because you guys, can I ask why the slide is not working? Okay, it's okay, we'll move on. So there's this one experience I had which kind of like made me want to talk about it. I was on this dive once, and when I was descending down, we were having like a calm dive. I was with a fairly small group of people. It was just my mom, the instructor, me, and three random people. So as the dive went on, because I'm not that experienced of a diver. Like I haven't like been into tornado, like currents, like none of that. I was just like a fun diver, and just suddenly there was like loud like bombs, and I was full on like trembling underwater, because like it's my first time hearing like loud bombs underwater. Like I thought we got over this, and my first thought was my tank exploded. But I'm pretty sure like at least some of you had thought about that once. Like, what if your tank explodes underwater? See, I know that. So I at first I thought that, and I was like trembling underwater, like, oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And my mom and like everyone around me was like surrounding me, like calming me down, because I was a blender basically. I was like trembling underwater, and there was like two or three more bombs that continued, and it was like really loud. Actually, I could feel the weight, like the current waves on the water. And after the dive, like after it calmed down, after I calmed down, we went on with the dive. And after the dive, after we went on a boat, they told me it was fish bombing, and that fish bombing was actually not even close to us. It was far away, but it felt so close. It sounded so close. And in my like thought process, I thought like, wait, I thought we were over fish bombing. Like I thought that was a long time ago. I thought that was outdated. And to me, it was like kind of worrying that it was still happening, and it was kind of like worrying that, imagine like someone that was not experienced in the outdoor, and they went on there for their first dive, for example, and they hear that and they don't know what it is, so they're going to be scared to go underwater again, and they're going to be scared of what's in the water again. So that's not what I want. And I'm addressing this so that you guys know that it's still happening, that why haven't we made a solution, or why is the solution that we've made taking so long to be empowered, to be implemented as a rule or some sort? So, hello. So I would like to address some issues that I understand that being in this conservation industry, being in this dive industry, it has opened my horizon of perspective, if that makes sense. And I also understand that my sort of mindset is not common among my generation. For those of you that arrive, I am 15 years old. So you can kind of see that the way I see the world can be sort of different from people in my school that I've noticed. Whenever I ask them, like, people in my school still litter, and they don't care about like separating their trash. They don't care about food waste. They don't care about whenever I'm in. They're always scared of sea life, and for some reason, they're always scared of insects. They're gonna think like the mosquitoes are gonna grow 10 times bigger and eat them alive. Like that's like worrying for me. And did you guys notice that in every movie, like considering about the future or addressing about the future, like the future of, or like the Matrix, or like the future of something, 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 the world is always like orange, like dry and dusty, and people are like fighting to survive. There's no water. It's a struggle to get water, but there's so much technology. And for me, that's like a lot of people have started to accept that that is going to be their future, and that it's going to be how they're going to live in the future. And another thought that I keep thinking about is we can create AI, we can create um, hoverboards, we can create flying cars, but why can't we create a solution to manage our waste at home? Why can't we create a solution for the local communities to have a stable living, a stable income to support their family? Because I know a lot of people here misunderstand the fact that fish bombing, oh, is really bad, it's really terrible, this is such a bad thing, and they start like going to the community like saying, you're wrong, you should stop this. But you also have to understand that they are trying to make a living to support their family because, for example, of the lack of income or the lack of support because the government don't care, da, da, da. It's a really controversial topic, which is why I would like to address it to you guys. As a little youngster trying to make a change, which I hope that I can have a bigger impact and have a bigger leading inspiration to the youngsters. And to me, it really doesn't make sense, but it's really nice to see like a lot of people trying, a lot of people like working together, coming together, which is why I respect MID, which is why I respect ADEX, because it's a time where people come together, it's a time where people like catch up with each other, see what's up, and it's just, I just really like this environment. So I'm also, okay, that's for later. That's a little surprise for you guys. So other than that, we've been talking about this for so long. Like I've had countless of questions, like even on panel speakings, even when I'm like in a group of people, people ask me like, or they ask between each other, we should create a solution. Like how do you talk to youngsters? How to say, get closer to the younger generations because we need them in our conservation system. No, 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 no. But you guys are asking me the same questions over and over and over again since I was 11, since I was 12. We've been talking about the same things over and over again, but it's hard to see a change, and I understand that it takes a long time. It takes a while for it to actually like be implemented in our little world, but aren't you guys like a bit worried? Aren't you guys like a bit scared? Like, yeah, we've been talking about this for so long. Why hasn't anything changed? Like, to me, that's worrying. To me, I am scared. But probably for you, like, maybe, like, I'm not an adult yet. Like, I can't be the one to say, like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. The government should do this, should do that. Like, no. I'm just saying, like, I'm scared. I'm a bit worried. And I hope that having this little gathering once a year can actually maybe hopefully make a change. And I want you guys to realize that we've been talking about it for so long. Maybe something should change. Maybe we should stop asking the same questions. We should stop asking for more and more solutions and actually stick to one that can actually work and actually have an effort to implement it. Because there's no use. Why should I like keep talking about the same thing over and over again? But when you actually have to do something, it's like you're only looking for this. Like this is not gonna have an impact for you or for the future generation. It's not. You come to the world without this, you don't leave with that. I want you guys to understand that. When we do conservation, when we want to make an effort to preserve our pristine little world, this is not what you should be looking for. You should not be looking for cash. You should not be looking for bands. You should be you should have one goal, and that is to do what you are doing. For example, coral conservation. For example, turtle hatchery. For example, some people are making solutions for waste management. You should be focusing on that goal instead of focusing on how much money is this going to make me. Oh, I should be getting a lot of funds for this. Oh, if I do this, I'm not going to get enough cash, so I won't do it. That is not our goal here, you know? We come to MIT, we come to edX, we all like the same thing. We all like the sea, we all respect the sea, we respect Mother Nature, but I don't want cash to be our, like, our driven goal. It's useless. Like, even a 15-year-old telling you that cash is useless in the conservation community, maybe you should put that in thought. Maybe you should start considering a little bit more, you know? So, that is all that I would like to put out there. I hopefully, maybe you guys get the message I'm trying to put out there. Maybe you should guys go home, think about it a little more. Think about why I'm doing this. Think about why I started this. Think about why we all come together every year and why do we all talk about the same topic. Our ocean majesty, our Mother Nature, and stuff like that. So, in conjunction for World Ocean Day, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully, you guys should know that today's World Ocean Day, like, buddy, we're in MIDE. So, in conjunction for World Ocean Day, to support my project in Watershed Empire Conservation Center, we're going to be hosting Adopt a Coral with us. So, for those of you who like pets, like cats, like dogs, or whatever type of pets, like, adopt a coral, you know? Have a little extra pet that can benefit from to the ocean a bit more. Like, instead of having a cat running around on land, like throwing your cups off the table and stuff like that, have a coral. Who doesn't want a pet coral? Like, that's kind of cool, bro. Like, I want to go around like with a certificate saying like, yeah, I have a pet coral. What about you? A hamster? Boring. So, in conjunction for World Ocean Day, to adopt one pet coral, it's only 30 ringgit, because before this, it's 50 ringgit. So if you want the extra 20 ringgit discount for these 3 days at my booth, BO23, One Ocean Empire, please have a consideration to adopt a coral, since we have a nice discount. And you get a certificate as well, so show off to your family a bit more, like, I got a pet coral, what about you, a dog? So yeah, please support my project because it benefits us a lot, and it benefits you a lot, it benefits the future generation a lot, and I don't know, it's just cool. Adopt a coral, why not? So that's all I gotta say. Let me play a short video about the wildlife we have in our Nature Conservation Center. And you also can participate. You also can volunteer into helping our little conservation center, because we take guests, sort of, like, but we only take like 10 people per day. So yeah, let me tell you a bit more about the wildlife we have in our conservation center. So those of you that are really interested in bird photography, in tree analysis, in nature analysis, in hiking, you know, we have a little place there. You can come visit us anytime. So that's all I have from me. I hope you guys enjoy it. But before I go, any of y'all have any questions? Maybe you guys would like to ask me anything? But for now, if not, I'm always there or I'm always running around. Good luck finding me. I'm quite easy to spot with my hair, with my outfit. So that's all for me. Thank you, MID, and have a pleasant day.